Yo everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Steins. When July came, the sun shone down even harder on eastern Japan. Summer was truly here. The news had been saying that days in the heat island effect might make this the hottest summer in years. And then on the first Sunday in July, the arrival lobby of the international terminal at Narita Airport was filled with foreigners and Japanese passengers returning home. Look at all these people. I think there's more now than there were a minute ago. Didn't expect the airport to be this busy on a Sunday, yeah? Don't miss her, Mayuri Ferris. You know how tiny she is. The three of us were waiting for someone here. So I can't do it today, it's fine, no problem. Having a lot of people around would just bother. It's alright. Oh, I can see Maho before she leaves. I'll ask her how long she's staying and contact you later. Yeah. We'd been there almost an hour. No, Queen. I'm going to have to tell her you say that. Please don't. It was just a joke. There's no sign of her though. Maybe it was a mistake to try and surprise her by meeting her at the airport. We should have at least asked what time she was arriving. We hadn't told her that we were coming to greet her. And so all we knew that she was arriving at Narita on the afternoon flight. If we had known we were going to have to wait so long, I would have tried to get the arrival time out of her. There was a stream of passengers flown by us, but no sign of the person we'd been waiting for. Just as I started to wonder if you'd missed her because she was so small, she finally appeared. Or more precisely, I saw a giant travel suitcase rolling all by itself away from the gate. And from behind I heard a voice I recognized. Christ. I did not fake my passport. What's wrong with you people? Every single time, no matter what country I go, they always have to check it, and it always takes forever. I walked up to the suitcase and gave it a pat. Hayajo. Huh? Mao had been leaning forward to push the suitcase as hard as she could. Her mouth hung open when she saw me. It's been a while. Glad you were able to make it past customs. You look pale. You okay? Of course I'm okay. But wait, never mind that. What are you doing here? You told me you're arriving this afternoon, right? So I decided to come surprise you. You did? Thanks. For some reason, her voice became really weird for a moment. Weird the moment she saw me. Was me being here really that much of a surprise? But you know, I told you I can get to Akibara Station on my own, and to meet me there. Oh, come on, came all this way, so it's the least I could do. Also, I'm not sure you can really get to Akibara on your own. How rude, I'm not that hopeless. My own Ferris came up as well. Maho, I like how she tried but gave up. I missed you. As Mayuri grabbed Maho's hand, Ferris walked up and gave her a big hug. Mayuri Ferris, it's good to see you. Came all this way to welcome me? Thank you. By the way, can you not yell Mahonya at the top of your yongs in a place like this? Why not? It's cute. Look around, everyone's laughing, right? It's embarrassing. Now, it is? Ferris really sticks out after all. All we've been waiting here, all the foreigners had been pointing at her and yelling, cat ears! Some even asked for pictures. Haja, I'll take your luggage. Huh? Ah, thanks. Still, this was a really sudden trip, wasn't it? It only it was only a few days ago that I found out she was coming. Are you here to help Dr. Leanskin again? Well, Maho fidgeted and glanced up at me. Are you still talking to Dr. Leanskin that very often? Yeah. He's still over here doing his research, right? Sometimes he invites me out to dinner. It's a big honor. I see. That's bad. Bad? Why? Oh, nothing. You have nothing to worry about. She was really acting weird. She wasn't like this when I saw her last winter. Was she tired from a trip? Or was she seeing us here so much of a surprise? I'm not here to help the professor this time. I'm visiting some relatives in Okinawa. But since I'm here anyways, I decided to drop by Akihabara first. I see. Okinawa, huh? For a moment, the name of that place brought back some visions of that nightmarish time. After I collapsed on Christmas, I was sent to another world line where I'd spent a month fleeing to Okinawa. Okinawa, that sounds so nice. I'd love to go there. You didn't go there on your school trip, yeah? We went to Hokkaido. I went to Hawaii. Oh wow, a foreign country. Aloha! Putting aside the girls and their talk of school trips. So, Haojo, you're not staying in Tokyo that long? Huh? Yeah, I guess I won't be. You're right. Do you have a hotel in Akihabara yet? Not yet. I'm going to look for a cheap business hotel. Then come stay at my place. You can use the same room you used before. Huh? But I really couldn't. Don't worry about it. I'm always happy to have you. But I really couldn't. And how about this? You could stay for free, but in exchange you have to do just a little bit of work at my cafe. Your cafe? Oh, this is a bad idea. You should have just accepted the free offer. May Queen plus Neon Squid, right? You can't mean the place where they wear the cat ears. That's right, yeah. All my cat ear maids are busy with Komima preparations right now, yeah? They come to me crying and asking for time off. In other words, there's a serious shortage of cat-eared maids, yeah? That's right, yeah. So how about it, Mahon, yeah? Oh god. I refuse. What? Why not? Why? You know why. I won't look good in those things. I'm sure you would. Sure you'd look great. No objection now. Queen, you think so too, right? Yeah, I'm sure she'll get plenty of fans. Fans? I don't like being flattered. I'm not flattering you though. Then you need to go. Then you need to go to an eye doctor to get your eyes checked. She turned all red. I did not. I think Maho needs to realize how attractive she is. Yep, if Mahoshi was a boy, she'd be in love. I'm telling you, that's not true. I think you should probably, I don't know how to say it, put a little bit of effort into your appearance maybe. If you did, I'm sure you'll look more... choosing next word carefully. I was trying my best to sound encouraging, but I just ended up sounding like a real jerk. Of course, she was annoyed. And fine as I am, my job as a scientist is my first priority. But, what if you find a guy you like? You won't be able to show him how you feel. I'm fine. I don't think that'll ever happen, so it doesn't worry me. She gave a sigh, and that was a little too deliberate. Oh, I'm sorry, the jet lag and the trip got me a little tired. I know the feeling, yeah. Jet lag is rough. I've got a limo ready, so you can catnap on the way. Limo? First I'd rented a white limo to pick up Maho. Sheesh, she really did go overboard. But thanks to that, Mayu and I were able to enjoy its big, comfy seats on the way to Narita Airport. You can rest on my lap if you want. Or would you rather rest on Mayushi's lap? Well, she's okay with that. I'm fine. I'm not a kid. But I can tell you're really tired though. Are you that busy with work? Well, I got 2 projects going on. 2 projects? You working on something besides Amadeus? Ah. She quickly put her hand over her mouth. That's... well, it's classified information. I see. Sorry about that. It's true that American university labs had a lot of stuff like that going on there. I'd heard that there was a lot of... I'd heard there were a lot of international industrial spies. If she were careful about what she said, she might get fired or worse. It was a mistake on my part to even ask. Okay, come to think of it, where's Hashida today? He's doing the most important job of his life right now. The most important job of his life? That was on a date right now. Maru's shock was almost comical. I must be really tired. I'm hearing things. No, I can understand why you feel that way, but... he's really on a date. Huh? What? I can't believe it. You're kidding me. That pervert? Even Maho was calling him a pervert. Dao had said he would talk to Mao a lot too, and I could just imagine what their conversations were like. But actually, if Dao didn't do his best today, it would ruin the world's entire chain of causality. In a sense, Dao's date today was an event with universe-spanning implications. So no pressure. But half the seats in Go-Go Curry were full. It was Sunday, but it was almost after 2 p.m, so the lunchtime rush was over. Suza was sitting at the restaurant's far edge, a baseball cap pulled down over her face. She was hiding her face with a cap and carefully watched a couple sitting nearby. Here you are, your Major Curry. Cheerful employee put down 2 giant silver platters, or trays more accurately, in front of them. Suza could see the other customers look at them and whisper. The couple really stood out after all. The man was giant, who looked like he ate Major Curry all the time, while the woman was slim, pretty, and looked very kind. The combination of huge man and slim woman was an unbalance that as the combination of a pretty girl and Major Curry. The Major Curry was big, it was huge. Suza knew it from experience. The massive silver trays were sorry. Suza knew it from experience, caught me by surprise. The massive silver trays were loaded with rice and curry and topped off with 2 fried cutlets, fried shrimp, sausage and boiled egg, and a mountain of cabbage. There was 2 or 3 times as much curry as you find in a normal dish, and the toppers were just as big. Even a grown young boy would find it hard to eat them all. Suza was irritated. Why did he order the Major Curry on your first date with her, Dad? The Beauty and the Beast couple that Suza was watching was, of course, Itaru and Yuki. In the morning, they'd gone to see a movie in Yakucho, and then came to Akibara, and gone straight to Go-Go Curry. Suza followed them the whole time. That's why she couldn't believe Itaru's choice of date spots. I don't mind Go-Go Curry at all. In fact, I like it, but this is your first date. There are other places you could have gone. She clutched the spoon tight and gritted her teeth. Suza knew the next to nothing about Japanese youth culture in 2011, and she knew, and even she knew it was a bad idea. Who knew what was going through Yuki's mind, or so Suza had thought? But wow, it's even more amazing than the pictures. Surprisingly, Yuki was ignoring the people around her and innocently enjoying the huge curry. Amashi, if you can't eat it all, I'll finish it off for you, okay? Okay, thank you. I'm actually pretty good at this. Yeah, that's a surprise. I always wanted to come and look at... I would always just come and look at the menu outside. I always wanted to try this. I'm glad you brought me here. I'm glad to hear that. Suza evidently worried over nothing, but still she realized that Itaru was acting strangely. Ever since coming out of the movie theater, he was walking and talking strangely. Instead of his usual hunched posture, he forced himself to stand up straight. His every movement seemed oddly forced, as if he were a broken robot, and he had downed glass after glass of water. Oh, I'm sorry. May I have some more water too? Oh, sure. Sure. Thank you. Itaru poured water into Yuki's cup. Suza had a bad feeling. And she was right, Itaru was moving so awkwardly that he'd almost spilled the water on her hand. Are you okay? My hand just got a little wet. Anyway, let's eat before it gets cold, okay? Yuki quickly wiped down the table with a handkerchief and grabbed her fork and spoon. There were stars in her eyes. Okay, let's eat. Let's eat. Yuki seemed to be really enjoying her meal, but Itaru was very formal and quiet. He was taking little nibbles out of a piece of fried cutlet, like a squirrel eating a nut. The whole time they weren't saying a word. What are you doing, Dad? Mom's not going to want to be around you if you like that. She decided to send him a message online telling him to get his act together once she'd just taken her phone out when... Here's your major curry with extra, rock. A huge plate was laid on the table in front of her. The other customers started murmuring again. Come to think of it, when she'd followed them into the store, she'd ordered her usual major curry with extra rocks, and then forgotten about it. Now everyone was going to focus on her. In a small shop like this, it was suicide. Daru's face again. Just as she expected, her eyes met Yuki's. Suza, I didn't realize you were here. Yeah. What coincidence seeing your hair, Yuki, brother. You should have said something. No, I didn't even notice you, really. She realized she should probably leave, but she couldn't go without at least taking a bite of the major curry in front of her. Her experience in the war had left her completely unable to waste food. She felt Yuki and Itaru staring at her as she reluctantly picked up her spoon. Anyway, yeah, you two enjoy yourselves. Her only choice was to finish the extra large curry as soon as possible. She couldn't let herself be in the way. But instead, Yuki came over and picked up Suzuha's plate. Huh? Excuse me, can my friend sit with us? Sure, go ahead. She says okay. So let's all eat together. Wait, why? Why? Because he ordered major curry too. I think we need to have a race. Huh? Ashida could be the judge. It must be weird for the voice actress because she does the same. Yuki, the voice actress for Suza, does Yuki's voice as well, so it must be weird having to have a conversation with herself. Of course, they obviously didn't. I don't know how they would have gone recording it. I doubt they would have a switch between the two. But still, must be weird to hear. And before Suza could respond, Yuki had moved her plate over to their table. No, wait. She had no choice but to follow, but before she sat down, she whispered into Yuki's ear. You're on a date, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm on a date. That makes me blush when I say it aloud. Itaru didn't react at all, even though she was sure he'd overheard that. I've never been on a date, so I don't know how they work, but isn't it normal to have a curry speed eating contest with another girl in the middle of a date? I don't really know. But you see it in a lot in anime and manga, don't you? A little sister who doesn't want to lose his big brother runs up to the girlfriend and says, let's have a competition. For some reason, Yuki seemed incredibly enthusiast. Can't speak. Suza was overwhelmed by her energy. I don't know anything about that. Is that how it works, brother? Even when she tried to inform Itaru for help, he just awkwardly sat there, eating his curry like a robot. Brother? He awkwardly turned his head to face her. The rest of him stayed completely still. Did you say something? What's wrong? You're acting weird. I'm not acting weird. I'm not acting weird at all. Suzuha glanced back to Yuki. And for the first time, Yuki looked concerned. In the end, Yuki and Suzuha did have their curry eating contest, and surprisingly both of them completely finished the meal. Suzuha won by a very small margin, but the barman was excited enough that not only the other customers, but the staff as well were applauding at the end. Also, didn't Yuki had a head start? But the whole time, Itaru kept eating by himself. Since there wasn't even a conversation, let alone a date, she sent Itaru home alone. Part of her wanted to demand Itaru explain himself right now, but she decided to talk to Yuki instead. She tried her best to avoid Yuki so far, in order to keep her identity a secret, but it was July now. She'd be gone from this area very soon. This might be her last chance to talk to Yuki at all. Phew. I'm so glad you were there. Yuki sighed a little after Itaru left. Maybe I did something to offend him. Hashida seemed to be enjoying being around me. Doesn't seem to enjoy being around me. You don't think he was just nervous? But he was having fun talking with me before the movie, you know? But after the movie, he started acting really strange. Did I do something wrong? I asked him to take me to the curry place, but since he was acting like that the whole time, I wasn't really sure what to do. And since you happened to be there, I turned to you for help. What had happened inside the theatre? Suzuha hand followed them inside. She spent about 2 hours killing time outside. Hey, why do you like my brother? Huh? Huh? I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this, but he's not exactly a lady killer. What do you think about your brother? Me? Do you like him? Hate him? You like him, right? I could tell by watching you. Well, sure. There were parts of him that she didn't like, but of course she loved her dad. Wait, why are you talking about me? So what about you? I still don't really know if I like him or not. I see. Not only had Itaru not told Yuki he liked her, this was still their first date, and they hadn't spoken that much before either. So she hadn't reached the point where she saw him as a member of the opposite sex. For almost a year, Suzuha had stayed with him, and she, Mayuri, and Ferris had done everything they could to get the two of them together, but there hadn't been any real progress. Suzuha felt uneasy when she thought about the future. Maybe her dad wouldn't be her dad anymore. Maybe her mom wouldn't be her mom anymore. Dad and mom wouldn't be together. She imagined that future. I don't want that. She looked straight into Yuki's eyes. I'm going to be leaving soon. What? I'm moving somewhere far away. Really? I don't think I'll be back. And I'm worried about me and my brother. So Yuki, I know this is a weird thing for me to ask. And she bowed deeply. And then she bowed deeply. Please take care of Hashida Itaru. There was no answer from Yuki. Suzuha looked up afraid and tried to gauge the expression on her face. She looked kind of lonely and kind of sad. I don't know what I want to do. Yuki whispered, and then Suzuha. Yeah, that's how it ended last time. Gosh dang it. Stupid game. Oh jeez, what are you going to do? Everything's almost finished, even though it's never even started. As soon as she got back to the lab, she yelled at her useless father. Useless? Ouch. Oh, Suzuha, I'm sorry. The Shida family's doomed. Stop sitting there and feel sorry for yourself. This isn't funny. Start by explaining why you were acting that way today. You looked so excited when you left this morning, and Mom said you were normal until halfway through the movie. Yeah? So what the hell happened? Well, you see, listen to this. You know how movie seats are cramped? Right? So I tried to sit as far at the edge as I could, so it won't get in Minashi's way. And then I heard this crack, and the seat almost broke. What? And then I tried to support myself, so I grabbed the armrest. But it wasn't the armrest, it was Amashi's hand. Yeah? Am didn't say anything about that. I'm telling the truth, it was so soft, I couldn't have been the armrest. It was the girl's hand, it must have been. I see. But you see, I held a lot of 2D girls' hands, but never a real girl's. And what happened then? Amashi is so nice that I couldn't... she didn't try to shake it off, because she didn't want to hurt me. But you know how fat I am, right? I swear a lot, she must have gone soaked, but she didn't say a word. And so I really started to think about that. Now I see. That's why you're acting so weird. I'm sure in her mind, Amashi was going, "Get off me, creepy loser pervert." Mom's not like that. In fact, from the way she was acting, she probably thought she'd upset him somehow. The problem was what she'd said. I don't know what I want to do. What did she mean by that? I don't know what Mom's thinking. Suzaha, let's give up on Mom and you can live with me. You're not making any sense. How am I even supposed to be born? But it's impossible. How come you're not even trying? Even if things look bad, you have to keep going. She grabbed her father by the collar and shook him. If you don't... She remembered how sad Yuki had looked when they said goodbye. Otherwise, something awful will happen. Yeah. And then she heard a car park in front of the lab. We're here, Nya. She recognized the voice coming from below the open window. Oh, it's Steins' voice. Suza let go of Itao's collar and moved over to the window below and saw a group of people she knew. Okabe Minato, Shia Maru and Nyan, first Nyan. Can't really go Nyan first. And Heijo Maru too. Heijo's here already? But why is she here with Uncle Ocarine? And then she gave a start and turned back towards the room. Wait, this is bad. You haven't put it away. Huh? Suza pointing towards the desk in the development room where the phone wave names that were to change Unit 202 was sitting. Oh, crap, hide it! Okie dokie. If nothing else, this meant that Maho Hyujo was coming to the Future Gadget Lab. Suza had hoped that this meant that work on the phone wave would get back on track. Serious music playing, an explosion and smoke, but I can't help but giggle. There was a small explosion, the room filled with smoke. The window, open the window! Okie cough dokie. Mao called out the living room. Itara rushed to open the window, and she heard a man who was probably the building's owner yell out at them. Hey, Ashida, what was that sound? Are you making bombs out there? I'll call the cops. Sorry, the microwave blew up. Itaro poked his head out and apologized to the man below. It took a minute, but the owner was finally satisfied and the argument ended. Was it actually the microwave? I thought it was the humidifier. Mode snake. Wow, that really scared me. Taro wiped away the sweat and saw that his face and clothes were both covered in soot. It scared you? It should have. Mao was no different. Same with her hair had been burnt off. Some of her hair had been burnt off, and the white lab coat she'd gone through all the trouble to. And the white lab coat she'd gone through all that trouble to get had turned pitch black. Explain what's going on. Where did that smoke come from? Probably the microwave. I picked it up from a dumpster, so it probably shorted out somewhere. You picked it up from where? What's wrong with you? We're working on one of the greatest inventions in human history. And you're using parts from a dumpster? Why? Commercial microwaves are expensive. Can't believe you. Do something about this. Use my credit card if you have to. Mahou didn't have that much money, but this was no time to be cheap. That's a big help. Mahou wiped the sweaty, soot-covered face with a towel. The white towel turned black instantly. I can't take this anymore. Turn on the air conditioner. That's not happening. If you use it at the same time as the phone wave, I'll trip the breaker. They told you, I can't use the air conditioner for more than an hour a day because it's so expensive. These working conditions were abysmal. Was Crystal really able to create the time machine under these circumstances? Just thinking about it gave her even more respect for Crystal. Fine, but at least let me take a shower and get this soot out my hair. Go ahead. If you even think about peeking, I'll go straight to Suzuha. Remember that. I wouldn't do that. For some reason, the tower responded to Mahou's warning by sighing and slumping his shoulders. And actually, I don't feel up dealing with jokes like that right now. I don't feel up to dealing with jokes like that right now. Mahou didn't meant it as a joke. She was extremely serious. I'm in such a bad way that I'm not even playing H games. She had heard from Suzuha that the day she'd arrived in Japan, Itaru had screwed up badly on a date. It was true that Itaru was a lot quieter than his usual self. Mario had even said that Dao not playing H games must have been omen for some impending natural disaster. Well, it is the omen of, World War III, but still. But either way, she didn't have time for his negativity, so she mostly ignored him and went to the shower room. Since Suzuha had used the shower regularly, it was relatively clean. There's a good selection of body soaps and shampoo, and Suzuha told her she could use it if she liked. Sheesh, I'm spending Tanbata covered in soot. That day was indeed Tanbata. Actually, Mahou had secretly looked forward to this day. Since she lived in America for so long, she was interested in Japan's traditional summer holiday. She was especially interested in the famous story of Ohimi and Hikaboshi, and the customs of writing down wishes and hanging them from bamboo. I wonder how many of these I've gotten. A lot. Wait, have I gotten them all? Oh wait, those are acquired. Duh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 missing. A man who appeared in the legend of Tanbata. In Japan, Alta, the bright star of the constellation Aquaria, is known as the summer Hikoboshi star. The star Vedga, Oiami, is separated from Alta by the Milky Way, and the legend says that only on Tambura can they cross it and come together. This was originally a Chinese legend. Oihimi, a girl who appeared in the legend of Tanbata. The star Vega in the constellation Liner is known as Oihimi's star. She was the daughter of the Emperor of Heaven and was given the name Oihamihime, Weaving Princess, because of her mastery of the loom. She was married to Hokoboshi Natsuhoki, but the Emperor of Heaven decreed that they would only be allowed to meet once a year on July 7th on the old Japanese calendar. In the old Japanese calendar. Well, that's a mean thing to do. Since she'd been here, she sort of wanted to try writing down a wish too. She didn't want to bring it up herself because she didn't want anyone thinking of her thinking of her as childish. But Mayuri, Ferris, and the other girls seemed like they wanted to do something like that. Parve had hoped they'd invite her too. That's why it hurt so much to be spending the hot summer afternoon in the lab with the towel covered in soot. She was thinking about that as she washed herself off when... Mahotan! She could hear Taro calling from outside. Huh? What? Don't tell me you're really going to peek. You dare open the door, even an inch, and I'll cry. Now's not the time for being cute. I just got word from Mayushi. Our queen might be coming here. What? Okabe? Maho's mind started to race. She'd been told that Okabe rarely came to the lab anymore. In fact, after he dropped her off here on the first day, he hadn't come by even once. But why she felt safe... that's why she felt safe going in and out of the lab, but... I hit the phone wave, but make sure he doesn't find out what we're doing. Right, I know. Wait, I shouldn't even be here. I need to get back to Ferris's place and hide. Why? Because I'm supposed to be in Okinawa. That's how she explained her visit to Okabe. If you found out that she was working on the phone with a tower, there would be trouble. That's right. Okay, hurry up and come out. I can't now, not with you standing there. Oh, that's right. After she was sure Ito was gone, she quickly washed the bubbles from her body, from the body soap off her body. Her long hair was still wasn't dry, but there wasn't time for that. She wiped herself off with a towel and was about to leave the shower room when she heard the door open. Hey, Do. He was here already? She quickly shut the door to the shower room again. But then she looked down and saw that she was naked. Her clothes were lying in the front and the floor past the door. There's no way she can get them without Okabe seeing her. Her only chance was to stay hidden, completely undressed, and wait for him to leave. But this is really kind of nerve-wracking. Hey, Do. Do greeted me as I came into the lab. He seemed to be kind of in a hurry. Oh, Ocarine, I didn't see you come by yourself very often anymore. The room smelled kind of like smoke, and someone must be using the shower room because the smoky smell mixed with the scent of soap. But whoever it was, it definitely wasn't Do. His face and clothes were blackened with soot. I thought it might have been Suza, but the lights in the shower of the room were turned off. What are you doing here, dude? You're black with soot. Oh, well... I got this microwave from the garbage dump, you know? I was warming up lunch I got at a convenience store and it blew up. It blew up? Are you okay? Mr. Ron got mad at me. Don't get him too riled up. You don't know when he'll kick you out. And if he does, you might be okay, but Suza will have nowhere to go. That's right. So, what are you doing here? Mayushi isn't here yet. Mayushi isn't here. I need to talk to you. Good news. But I refuse. I haven't said anything yet. Nothing you've ever come to talk to me about has ever ended up being good news. Come on, just hear me out. Last night I went to dinner with Dr. Linskin, and we were talking about the exchange program. Oh, that's again? I was keeping in touch with Dr. Linskin. Of course, the professor knew that Maho was here in Japan. Yesterday, he'd shown me a picture of her taken in Okinawa. I could see her standing in the surf with a blank expression on her face. A friend or family member must have taken it. Dr. Linskin had been really nice to me, and I talked to him a lot about going to Victor Conderia. Of course, at a minimum, I needed to graduate my current school and pass the entrance exam, the exchange exam for Victor Conderia. I actually was telling him about you, and he was interested. Huh? In me? Victor Conderia's got something called an information science lab. It brings together hackers from around the world, supposedly. With your talents, don't you think you'll fit fine there? I've been inviting Dao to come to America with me, but he didn't seem that interested. He'd said stuff like, I can't imagine living away from the otaku meku, and no way I'm living anywhere you can't get H games and anime figures. He'd done nothing but give me excuses like that. Well, I'm a super hacker. I'm sure I'll be fine, but why not meet with him at least? You've met him before. I'm busy now. You can make time for one day. Not until Komima's over, probably. That's over a month away. It's not happening for a while, okay? Give me a break, man. You're full of excuses. Do you really not want to go that badly? I sighed and sat down on the sofa. This room was really hot as hell during the summer. The windows were open and the fans were running at full speed, but I was still sweating. There was an air conditioner, but evidently he wasn't using it. No, got any Dr. P? I don't know. Maybe Maishi put some in the fridge. I got up and looked at the fridge in the corner of the room. There was a regular soda, mineral water and some sports drinks, but not a single Dr. P. As usual, the freezer was stuffed filled with juicy chicken number 1. Maya really did buy a ton of that stuff. Wait, was there even more than usual? Maybe she bought some for Suzuha too. I'm going to grab a sports drink. Take any except for the one that Suzuha already drank out of. I grabbed an unopened bottle and took a big gulp. I happened to take a look at the snack shelf next to the fridge. Mixed in with instant noodles and snacks were 5 bunches of bananas. Maya must have bought those too. But still, all the fried chicken and now these bananas? Was she eating more than she had been? She always said that no matter how much she ate, she never got fat, but if she bought this many bananas at once, they were all going to turn brown and squishy before she could eat them. At all. Does Mario really need all those bananas? Oh, it wasn't Mario who bought them. It was me. Oh. Dao quickly cut himself off. I turned towards him and he averted my gaze. He'd been acting really weird this whole time. Was he hiding something? He bought all these? When did he start liking bananas? Well, you know, it was Suzuha's idea. She told me to eat some every day because it's good for my diet. There was a diet like that before, come to think of it. Some celebrity had gone on TV and said she'd lost a bunch of weight on a banana diet. And the next day, all the bananas in Japan disappeared from stores. My dad had tried to get in on the boom a little too late and bought a huge supply of bananas only to see them flare out and most of them rot in the shelves. I remembered that. Don't buy so many at once. They already changed colour. Well, whatever. I was hungry, so I decided to take one. I took a banana and peeled the skin. Just don't go overboard with everything, okay? You're right, yeah. I finished the banana in 3 bites and went to toss the peel in the burnable trash can. And then I noticed something strange. The can was filled with bananas, more than anyone could possibly eat. Over half of the can was filled with bananas. And it wasn't just skins, some of them were unpeeled but half rotten, and the summer heat made them give off a nasty stench. I remember seeing something like this once before. Making gel bananas again? think I'm going to end this episode here. Right, as Okabe starts putting pieces together in his head. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye!